What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 10K on the Bay. My name is Chris, and thanks for joining me on my journey to 10,000 live listings. My goal is to help you build your ideal eBay business. Today, I have an awesome experience for you guys. We are actually interviewing Lexi, who is a 14-year-old reseller. Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and just tell us how you got started with reselling?
So I started in May. Was always looking for some way for me to make my own money. You know, I've always wanted to work and stuff like that, but I would never be able to find anything because, of course, I'm underage. And one day, I think I just came across an article like reselling on eBay. And I was like, what? This is a thing? I so want this. And I think at first I saw like buying and selling clothes on Poshmark, and like I was like, ooh, that seems like kind of risky, you know. I was like that, but then I saw the eBay and I was like, and I talked to my parents and they were totally okay with it and supportive, and I went and I did it. It was right after my birthday, so I used my birthday money to invest first.
That's super cool. And do your parents give you an allowance, or why did you come to the conclusion that you wanted to make your own money?
Well, like my parents used to like give me 25 cents each chore I do, like stuff like that, but I would never have a weekly allowance. My parents, you know, when I went out to hang out with friends, like they would give me $20, stuff like that. Like, I guess but you know, I like having my own money. I like being able to, I don't know, budget my money correctly and stuff like that. I'm saving up because in 2 years I can buy a car, so I really want to save up for that and stuff.
That's insane. You're ambitious. That's awesome to hear. So, have you done other kinds of side hustles too, or are you just like, what have you tried to make money other than this new world of reselling?
Well, I've tried everything. I've tried those survey websites. I tried like swag bucks. My email is so full of spam with everything I've tried.
Wow,
doing. Crazy.
That's funny. Are your parents entrepreneurial at all?
Yes, both of my parents are entrepreneurs. That's what I want to be an entrepreneur when I grow up. So
that is so cool. That makes sense. That's why they're so supportive of your craft. Yeah. So tell us, okay, so you got your birthday money, and then what?
Okay, so first I used some of my birthday money to go near my house. It's a Goodwill bookstore. So I bought like a bunch of like textbooks and like board games and stuff. None of that has sold until today. Like none of it, and that makes me so mad. But I started selling. My dad has a line of Brazilian products. But he sells wholesale. So I started stuff on my eBay, and like I pay him how much he pays in China. So my profit margins are huge for that. And then I started doing that, and I started doing like a couple things around the house. And then I was like, Mom, I need to try clothes. And she's like, Julia, nobody's going to buy used clothes. That's disgusting. But reseller community. And she was like, oh my, like she follows a bunch of them now. And she's like, Julia, look, this is what you have to do. Then blah, 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 blah. My mom's like, okay, sell some of my old clothing and we'll see if it works. They started selling immediately, much better than everything else I ever sold.
That is so awesome. That's so funny. So your parents are into it now. They're helping.
Yeah, they've always been into it. My mom, she's super into it, which makes me really happy. My dad, too, he loves how I'm selling his products.
That's amazing because, you know, everyone's trying to get in the wholesale, and with a parent that's actually involved with wholesale, that's great. He can kind of guide you and give you an idea. So one thing that I wanted to ask is, so I'm very like not concerned, but aware of privacy issues since you are underage, and I posted the actual eBay policy, guys. So if you're under 18, you're actually not allowed to have an eBay account unless you do it under your parents' name. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then your Instagram handle is completely separate from your personal one.
My friends know I resell, which is funny.
See, I think that's interesting because most of my friends don't know I resell either. I have completely separate lives. So
Yeah, I think that's so cool. Like I have 2 Instagrams and 2 different communities totally.
awesome. So how long ago did you start? It seems like you're still relatively new.
I'm very new. I started in May.
Okay.
I first started in May, but I really started taking it seriously, I think in July.
Started taking it seriously. That's funny. Go ahead.
And of course not seriously. Like I'm not, but like I started like going every week to a thrift shop and like buying things, listing at least 10 things every day. But this is the first month I'm paying for a store subscription.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So how do you balance like school? Do you have any other extracurricular activities you do besides reselling?
So I started reselling over the summer. So I had, my sales have downhilled so much since I started school. I started school on the 28th of August. Like I still try to dedicate at least an hour of my day reselling. Like when I get home, I do my homework because school is priority, of course. And then I go and I list at least 10 items. After I list 10 items, then I'm like, okay, like I'm a little less more like I've done what I need to do for the day.
This is so awesome. And so you do an hour a day and you're focusing mainly on clothing right now?
Yes. Anything I find in the house, honestly, that like we
lost you a little bit. Go ahead. Can you repeat that?
We clutter. We used to clutter a lot. Like we have too many things. So right. I'm like we're decluttering our house and selling it on eBay. But often stuff I only buy clothes.
And do you guys garage sale at all? When do you have time to go to the thrift store?
So I went to my first garage sale like 2 weeks ago. My mom is like the boss of the business, basically. She's like, Julia, Lexi, don't go to the garage sales. They're gonna be so expensive. No. And I was like, can we try one? We go to one. They were past resellers because they had the perfect brands for reselling. J. Crew, Patagonia, say that. Banana Republic, like they had a bunch and they were all $1. We went crazy. We bought a bunch of stuff there. We're not morning people, so I'm not able to wake up a lot early for garage sales, but when I can, I try to go. I do mostly thrifting.
This is so cool because I listen to a lot of people who make excuses, but you're like, get the homework done, get your hour of listing done, get your 10 items up. You're so disciplined. That's cool. And then are there other things that you do that are maybe more so your age? Because I don't know very many resellers that are teenagers.
Yeah, I'm part of the youth and government program here in my city. I'm part of my improv team at my school. A bunch of stuff. I just really need. I really need to organize to be really good at time management. I have to practice that a lot because I'm kind of overwhelmed first 2 weeks of school.
I'm so excited for you. So, okay, you have your little reselling business, and then where do you learn most about reselling? Where do you get your information to learn?
Instagram, 100%.
100% Instagram.
Yes, that. I don't know what I would do without the reseller community on Instagram.
So you're on there, you're lurking, you're looking at what brands people buy. How
And
do you?
YouTube too. I discovered YouTube before Instagram.
Okay.
I love YouTube. Whenever I'm listing, I'm also watching YouTube.
Do your parents have rules for electronics?
No. I feel like no, we don't. I think that if I were to like use it too much, you know, so if I were to abuse that,
Right.
then they would put more rules. But I think that I'm fine. Like,
No, it
like I
sounds
get
like
my
you're-
homework done, I get good grades and stuff.
It sounds like you're pretty well balanced. So as far as the money that's going into the business, are you leaving it in there and buying more stuff with the profits, or how are you managing the cash of the money or the store?
I actually made a budget. So I do it by percentages. I have it
You have a percentage budget? This is so awesome.
somewhere.
So
Yeah,
what
I have
percentage do you reinvest?
35%.
Oh my goodness.
30% is reinvest and 5% is supplies.
30% is reinvested, 5% supplies.
Yeah, because I don't have many things I need to spend money on, so I can just.
So are your parents gonna charge you rent once you start making some money?
I hope not.
Because I've seen this before where, like, you know, kids get a paper route or they get some kind of stuff early on, and then their parents charge them rent. But then sort of when they graduate high school or get ready for school, they give all that money back to them, sort of like as a cushion to get started in college. That's amazing. So
That's really sweet. Yeah.
yeah.
They're not doing that.
So okay, 35% goes in the reinvestment, 5% in the supplies. What about the rest of it?
I have it right here. 10% goes into giving and tithes.
Okay.
20 savings.
20 savings. Okay.
Wait, no, I made a new one. That's my old one.
Okay.
Um, 15% savings, 13% my future car, 5%
Awesome.
clothes because I love buying clothes, so I decided to give myself a budget. 10% recreation, like when I go out with friends, and then the rest is all personal.
The rest is all personal, but you have 35% of it goes back into buying new inventory.
Yes.
So you just barely got a basic store, so you basically have 250 listings. Is that the first goal?
Yes. Right now I have 175. And
You have 175 listings already?
Yeah.
That is so awesome. 175 listings. So the basic store maxes out at 250 listings. You're gonna hit that soon if you do 10 a day.
Yeah, I hope so. I get there soon. I hope I get there soon.
So do you have a sale every day?
No.
No.
Not yet. There was a week that I did. There was a week that I had today. Oh my god, 3 sales! All in like 3 hours. But since I started school, my sales have been really slow. I've just been getting lowball offers. Yesterday, I accepted an offer, and I had watched one of Lindsay Murray's Lindy Glenn, I mean,
Right.
video saying like how to, and she said like accept offers because you like she doesn't know how, but like that's so true. I accepted an offer yesterday, and I woke up with a sale and 2 offers.
Wow. So the activity just made more activity.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that. I do the same thing. If it's slow, I'll take a lower offer and it will boost up the sales. That's super cool that you are realizing that. So when do you ship?
I ship when I get back from school.
You ship when you get back from school. Do you have time to get it ready to go to the
Sometimes
post
Mom
office?
ships for me. Because my mom's work is super close to, we ship from my mom's store because my mom owns a store. So we ship from there because she also does, like she also has an online store. So she does shipping herself there also.
Okay.
So then whenever I go to school, I already put the stuff in the car that I sold the night before and I ship.
That is so cool. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have a younger brother.
You have a younger brother. Does he think what you're doing is cool? Is he confused?
I
think I
lost.
There
are a lot of. He's 10.
Oh, he's 10. Yep.
And we there are things that don't fit him anymore that we want to resell.
Right.
And we're like, okay, well, I'll give you 50% of profit. And he's like, no, that's not enough. I get 80% of profit, my stuff. And my mom's like, I'm the one paying for it. Like, I don't understand why you get 80%. And he's like, no, I'm not going to let you sell my stuff unless I get 80%. And then, we even got in a fight over it. And he's like, I'm going to start my own eBay. He was like, how do you download the app? He downloaded the app. He's like, I'm going to start my own to sell my stuff because you're not going to sell my stuff.
That is hilarious. This is so entertaining. You have a little eBay family. Do your parents sell on eBay or Amazon at all?
No.
They don't?
Not at all. My mom owns a store and she sells the same products on an e-commerce website, like her own. Okay. But they've never tried eBay or Amazon or anything.
That is very, very cool. And they're very supportive. And now you have you have competition in your own house with your brother.
I think you forgot about that.
That's funny.
My mom just I think I listed a couple things. I'll just give him 50% and be like, here you go. This is 80.
This is very, very cool that you guys have the opportunity to do this. So how close are the thrift stores to where you live?
So there's the Goodwill bookstore, which is super close. I can walk there. It's just books, and I don't like that place anymore. I have never sold anything that I ever bought there, so I don't go there anymore. There's another National Council thrift store nearby too, but
yeah.
Honestly, most of the thrift stores around me are expensive. Really expensive. But I found a hole-in-the-wall thrift store that you fill up a grocery bag with as much clothes as you want, and as you can, and it's only $11. So
wow. So it's like a fill-a-bag.
For $11. I'm in love with that place.
You're all over it. That's awesome. So did your parents have to give you any additional seed capital, or you're good?
No, I started off on my own. Yeah.
This is very cool. And so you're already learning savings. You're already learning budgeting. Yours is definitely even more strict than mine. I don't have a recreation budget or my own personal clothing budget like you do. That's cool. I'm going to start copying you. I learned a lot already on this call from you. If anybody in the chat has any questions for Lexi, please put them in the chat and we'll ask her.
I tried a lot of I try to find online templates for budgets, but there's no budgets by percentage, which is because eBay isn't a steady income, so I wouldn't know how much to spend on each.
That's true. And it's going to be different all the time. So, going by percentage is really smart. Then you get into the right habits. Okay, so let me look here. I had a couple more questions for you. So you're spending about an hour a day of listing, and are you doing it all on your phone, on mobile?
No, I use my computer
Use your computer. And how do you get the pictures onto the computer?
and I take it on my phone and I just plug in the USB into and transfer the files to my computer. Or sometimes I and then just put my phone and put on my photos last.
So I'm sorry, it broke up a little bit. Can you repeat your process?
So sometimes I either plug in my phone with like USB into my computer and just transfer the files,
Right.
or sometimes I make the draft and let photos for last and just post it from my phone.
That is so cool. So you might finish it on your phone.
Yeah.
And so you definitely use the eBay app on your phone.
Definitely. All my notifications and stuff. I love the ka-ching sound.
This is like the coolest thing ever. Okay, so people are asking, do you know what you want to do after high school?
So since I was 4, I've always been an actress. I've always been acting. But of course, I'm not going to study that in college. My plan B is entrepreneurship. I've grown up seeing my parents do it, and that's like nobody ever forced me to do that or anything, but it's really something I want. Like, the fact that my parents never missed a play of mine, always those like annoying singing, they always went and everything because they were the boss of their business, and that's exactly what I want.
Okay, so you're not going to study acting in college because it's not practical? Is that the reason why? What's the reason why you're not going to study acting?
Well, I feel like I don't. It's practical. You don't need a degree to book a movie. Like, yeah, I feel like, of course, I take acting classes every single weekend and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I think that to get myself into a lot of debt, do it for something that, if anything back.
That is so amazing that you have such a realist point of view. It's cool. You're right. As an entrepreneur, like I never need to miss an event because I can plan around it.
Exactly.
And I think that your parents have already figured that out, so you can actually make your plays or your recitals or because they make their own schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So do you see them working on the business at night?
My dad, yes. Because he has an office. He doesn't have like a brick and mortar store. My mom has a store. Mm-hmm. So when she's ex-employees, like how much did it sell today, stuff like that. But I've only seen her work at the store. And but my dad, I always see him working.
That's cool because you always see that visual of your parents working hard, so you have that same work ethic. So you actually pay tithing. Are you one of the does anybody else in your church pay tithing as a kid?
I don't think so. There's only one other teenager in my church and a bunch of kids, but none of them have jobs. Like, they can't. Like,
that's true. They can't legally work. You're side hustling right now. So you're kind of high during the day because you get the cha-ching and you get people offering you. And so here's a good question in the chat. How do you pick what to buy? What's your process? So you get the Goodwill. There's a lot of clothing, or let's say you get to your hole in the wall, your honey hole. You just arrived. Your bag is going to fill it up for $11. Now what?
So what I do first, I have the eBay app. I look at solds. I never buy anything without looking at solds. And the first thing I do is I look first for products that like I know are safer. And when those, if I would buy them individually, would cost dollars or more, I start making a little more riskier riskier stuff.
What do you consider risky?
Yeah, I like stuff that don't have a lot of solds or like if my phone, I don't know, like sometimes after $11 I start like when I'm ready to pay, but I still see that empty space, I just go around and like, this seems interesting, and just like put it in there.
That is so smart. So in a couple of years, you're going to be ready for a car. Do you want to buy it on your own?
No. I've been dropping hints for a long time for my parents that in 2 years I need a car. Right. But my parents have already told me that they're not gonna buy it. I don't know if they're saying if that's true, but either way, I'm like putting this money aside to, if they decide to buy one for me or not, I'm gonna like whatever money I am able to have.
Like, well, you're a little hustler. You need to negotiate something with them. See, yeah, if you can't get the whole car, at least get part of the car.
Yeah. Come on. 16th birthday.
That's true. So do your parents, I'm curious, do they have like incentives for getting good grades?
So my family's Brazilian. So I only spoke Portuguese at home. And when I started school, I didn't know any English at all. So I was really bad at school. And what my dad would do is every time I would get an A on a worksheet, a test, anything, he would take me out for a daddy-daughter date.
Wow.
Encouraging me so much that we had over 50 daddy-daughter dates that were due.
Oh my goodness.
That it wouldn't work out. And I feel like now it's more of like an A is what you are supposed to have, and it's more of a punishment if you don't get that. Of course, like they're proud of me when I do. Like I last semester it was like all A's, and they were like super happy. We went out for dinner and stuff, but like it's more of a punishment if I don't get good grades.
That makes sense. So what's a typical daddy-daughter date? What do you guys do?
Well, we went on to movies. We like what really helps with my grades is I fell in love with reading. So he and my mom, they would both take me once a week to Barnes and Nobles. And I would just read it like.
So you have that bookstore near you. You tested it. You bought a couple of books that did not sell, right?
Yeah, and games too, like board games.
Board games. So that doesn't seem to be doing well for you. Are you still going to continue to test that, or you think you're over that?
I'm over that for sure. Nuh-uh. Like I started promoted listings on those because I don't know what to do with those. They won't leave. I need them gone.
You should email me your store later, and I'll see if I can help you move those books.
Okay.
Because you don't want your capital tied up and stuff, and that's cool that you're trying promoted listings. What have you tried so far?
I think it's only because I don't really understand it yet. I need to do some more research. So I just went and I put those, I think they're around 8 products on promoted listings. They've been getting a lot of views, but no sales.
Okay. Well, let's try and fix that. So I have another question for you, and this is kind of related to the other people. There's a 16-year-old girl in the chat. So I have a couple of questions. The first one is, why eBay and not Poshmark or Mercari or other platforms?
I feel like eBay is more I don't know. I feel like eBay's more safe. I don't know. I feel like there are more sales on eBay. I tried cross-posting on Poshmark, who she's been on Poshmark since 6th grade. Like, she's been doing it for 4 years, sold 3 things her whole life.
Right.
Of course she didn't, it's like all of her old stuff, so it's not specific brands that would sell, but still, I cross-post. I've sold 1 thing on Poshmark ever. I don't know. For now, eBay is my priority. I'm going to keep cross-posting. I'm kind of behind on that.
Mm-hmm.
And see if that pushes on.
Okay, so you have a friend that is she close to you, the one that sells on Poshmark?
Yeah, she's my best friend.
She's your best friend. Okay, so do you guys talk about reselling together?
Yeah, I tell her I resell.
Okay.
But she doesn't resell. Just stuff that like she doesn't like anymore. She just puts it on Poshmark.
Like her closet.
Yeah.
And does she have an ambition to do something like you?
Not really. Because I don't tell her like too many details.
Gotcha. So that
when I told her like, oh, yeah, eBay's working really well, she's like, oh, maybe I should post my stuff on eBay. And I'm like, no, Target brand does not sell on eBay very well.
So, do you want local reseller friends that are your age?
I would love that. I would love that.
Because my girlfriend, her cousin is 9, and she has a YouTube channel where they talk about bugs, and that's it. So she just wants to talk about bugs. So there's other 9-year-olds that talk about bugs, and there's no point to the channel other than they just talk about what bug they found in the yard. But it's like,
serious? That's so cute.
I know, it's very fun. So I was just thinking, there's not a lot. I mean, now with the online community, you can definitely meet other people. It could be like an Instagram posse. I'll tell you that there's a lot of resellers that are under 16 that talk to me on Instagram. So
really?
maybe I can help you guys make a little group where you can chat, because that's really important, because you guys can share how to balance. You have different needs as a 14-year-old, different school ideas.
Yeah. Oh, I would love that.
Okay. I'm going to try to set that up for you, because there's a lot of under 16, or even Maya in the chat. Maybe she'll be in that group as a 16-year-old. She's like, your elder. She'll be, hopefully she can direct you. So are you in 8th grade, 9th grade?
I'm in 9th grade.
9th grade. Wow. So this is the first year of high school.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've been so overwhelmed the past 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, there's a lot. So is your school broken down 9th through 12th?
Yes.
So you see, because 14 and 17 is so different.
Yeah, I'm the only freshman in my Spanish class, and the first day of school we were supposed to talk to our partner, and he's a grown man, 17 years old, with a beard and everything, and I'm like, what the heck? Where am I? It's so funny.
That is funny. And how is Spanish compared to Portuguese? You can understand it, right?
I did Spanish 1 last year in my elementary school, so I was able to skip to Spanish 3 because of Portuguese.
Right.
It's so similar.
So at home you speak Portuguese, at school you speak English.
Yes.
And you picked it up just like that, because your English is great. When did you come here?
I was born here.
You were born here. Okay.
Yeah.
So
but
you have both.
Better. I speak English better than Portuguese now.
How about your brother?
My brother, he has more of an accent in Portuguese, because when I was growing up, I didn't have anybody to speak English with. But my brother, we speak English, so he has a little more of an accent.
And then do you have any connection with Portuguese other than your parents? Are you guys in any cultural things in your community where you get a chance to practice your Portuguese?
So my mom owns a store that only sells Brazilian products.
Okay.
So they're all Brazilian, everybody who walks in there. And it's inside a place that my dad kind of like created. It's called the Brazilian Mall. So it's like, it's crazy. It's a lot, it's all Brazilians in there.
Gotcha. So what else do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I don't have time for fun anymore. I do. I'm part of my school's improv team.
Right.
I'm part of a government program. Yeah, that's what I.
So you do have a passion for acting.
Yes.
And so do you practice your skills? Do you watch specific people on YouTube with what you're looking for? What do you like? You're very independent. Are you already planning how to get gigs and how to land roles?
I already have an agent, a manager. I've been doing it since I was 4.
Okay.
So
you already have an idea of what to do.
Yeah, I take acting classes every weekend. YouTube, I feel like it doesn't have a lot of like acting. Like, I bet if I looked for it more, I would find some.
Mm-hmm.
But I follow. I think I'm only subscribed to one acting channel.
Gotcha. So on YouTube right now, you're learning a lot about reselling.
Mm-hmm.
What other stuff are you looking at? Lindy Glenn's a good person to follow.
I love Lindy Glenn. I love Rally Roots.
Mm-hmm. That is so cool. Shout out to both those channels. They're very cool. I talk to them regularly. And have you reached out to them for any mentoring or help?
No, they must receive so many.
I know. No, we get a lot of people that are requests, but we always like to help people that are hungry and ask good questions. And like, you're in there adjusting. So let me ask you this: if you're having a slow sales day, what's your attitude? Like, you didn't sell anything. Did you sell something today?
I actually sold. I was really happy. But for the past about week, I didn't sell anything, I think. Yeah, these were my first sales of September. Which is crazy. I guess I was like, I need a list. I was like, I need to list. And yesterday I listed a bunch. I accepted a lowball offer, but helped.
It happens.
Yeah.
So your solution is just list more.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ryan and Allison and Lindy are going to be very happy that you watch their channel and learn so much from them. It's cool. And then the community of resellers is definitely getting younger and younger from what I've seen. So many people are doing it. So Maya in the chat, she's asking, what kind of things do you sell out of your home? Is it just stuff that you guys don't use? And then obviously you talked about selling stuff from the thrift already.
My mom has a major purge in her closet, which is helping me a lot. She has too many clothes, but she's always been, I don't know, reluctant to donate them. But now that she knows that like it's helping me, she's like much more open about it and stuff. So we're doing a major purge on her closet. I'm doing a major purge on mine too, because if I sell my clothes, I'm going to be able to buy more that I'm going to use. Like,
how's your fashion sense since you started? Are you dressing cooler now that you know more brands?
Yeah, I think so. This summer, I'm in love with fashion now. Like, I also did an internship at a fashion company this summer. So, like, now I'm in love with fashion.
So cool. Okay. So are there any other things that you're learning on the internet besides reselling? Are you just focused on eBay? Or are you still looking at other things like surveys, or you're focused
No,
now?
I'm focused on eBay. This is the only one that actually gave me money.
That's true. It does actually get money. You can definitely do it. Okay. So what would you want? Let's say I connected you with a bunch of 14, 15-year-old, or maybe even Maya 216, and you, what kind of things would you want to share with like a younger group of people? What do you think?
I'd like to know how it truly, because I'm kind of freaking out over that right now. No, yeah, I would love to know like how they are able to balance it. Of course, it's not their house, so how are they able to store the stuff? Because I'm just like keeping it all in a corner of my room. It's horrible. You know, what else? Like brands.
Right.
Um,
So I have so you have 172 items. Is it just a pile on the floor? Is that your inventory system, or how do you keep track?
so I started off with I have like I have like shelves, and I started off that way. I kept like my favorite like accessories and purses on the top as my like inspiration. Like if I keep selling this, I can buy more of this. So then I kept 2 shelves full of clothes, but such a big pile.
That's awesome. You should probably do some kind of bin
Sorry, I
system
know.
or inventory system. I can help you with that if you have some questions on that, because we want to get that going.
I really need to find space to do that. There's a really big cabinet in my room it's full of just like junk that we're gonna put up on Craigslist, so I'm able to put stuff there.
Okay. And what's your, let's see, we've gone over listing, we've gone over sourcing. How do you set up your photographs?
So as soon as this is perfect. I don't know how this happened. What's it called? I first started reselling, and I was helping this girl from my church move out, and she was gonna throw away a mannequin. I had just started reselling. Nah, that's mine, please. And I took that mannequin, and it's beautiful. And there's a space in my mom's room with like a white wall, and I keep it there. Like soon, I hope I'm gonna be able to invest in like, I don't know, lights and stuff. But for now, I use the flash of my phone and the sunlight.
And you do take pictures with flash?
Yes.
Okay. Do you what kind of and you're selling mostly clothing, and you have 174 items. So what's next? What's the next goal? Is your goal just list 10 a day?
For now, yeah. I'm lucky when I'm able to, list 10 a day, because it's been really, really busy the last couple of weeks. But my goal is to get to 500 listings. That's what I really want. I want to get to 500.
Okay.
I want to get to daily sales. That's what I want to do.
Okay. That's a great goal.
Good.
So you're thinking, okay, so what time do you wake up? What time do you wake up? Did I lose you?
You broke out. I can't.
I'm saying, what time do you wake up? Did I lose you? I lost Lexi, guys. I don't know if you can hear me or if it's my computer or hers. Let me see if I can do it. But guys, this is super an inspiration. She's 14. She's very independent. She has entrepreneurial parents. And I think that's something that really does help. Let me just see if she is having a delay. I don't know in the chat. Can you guys let us know if I'm the one that's cutting out, or I'm here? Okay. So yeah, I think it's important to. Oh wait, she's back.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
You're back.
Yes, I'm back.
So yeah, we just wanted to talk about the photo process is good. You're using the thing. You use a mannequin, which is awesome. Do you take measurements also?
First, I wasn't taking measurements, but now I am. So I have this where I just write down. I go and I take pictures. I weigh it, do all the measurements, and I try to do like 20 of these, and then I go and I list it afterwards.
That's very, very cool. So are you comfortable sharing your eBay store? Is that something that you do, or do you keep it really private?
I've tried like I'm scared of it getting out because I'm scared of one day like selling a shirt that my friend had gotten me or something like that, and like they get offended and stuff.
I would recommend right now you don't share it, just because you're going to be very popular on Instagram because of how inspirational you are, and having so many people crawl your store it affects your traffic. So for now, I would wait. Maybe once you hit 500 and you start getting daily sales, it would be good. Or, if I help you create a little mastermind group or, a teen group where you guys can chat, maybe share it with them.
Yeah.
But like it's crazy because like my stores have thousands of people looking at them, and none of that traffic converts, right? Nobody buys anything after they look at it. So I'm a little worried about your account. Plus, also, like I don't want to tell people where you live or anything because you're under 18. So, so guys in the chat, sorry, I'm not going to share her store, but I'm going to try to make it. I'm just trying to protect her privacy if we can. Let's see here. You have used a mannequin already. That's amazing.
That was really God. Oh my God. I don't how that happened.
Shady Vintage Tiff loves your dresser.
My dresser? Where?
In the background. Oh no, she says that you're that you're going to be a snazzy dresser. Never mind.
Oh.
Sorry.
I hope so. I really love fashion.
All right, cool. So guys, we're going to hop off pretty soon, but if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat right now so that I can ask Lexi, and follow her on Instagram at Teen Thrifts. And I think that's a great place to get in touch with her if you have any questions. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something and get some shelves and some bins for you, because I would be very excited to have you have a 500 item store in high school. That's just like very, very cool. So do you have a specific profit goal when you buy something?
Honestly, no, because right now I'm just like, because I like to think before I was doing this, I wasn't making any money.
Right.
So like any money is good money, Mm-hmm. Of course, when I look at something, I like to see like, am I going to make, I don't know if I have profit margins, but like, I think around $10, if I'm going to make like at least $10, and I'm like, honestly, I'm a beginner, so I'm kind of scared to invest like in expensive things. So I like to buy low ticket items, and
that's a great way to get started. You can learn, you can test, you can find out what you like. Are there any particular products that you like? I don't want to give away all your secrets, but are there certain things that you like to sell more that give you a higher profit margin? Is it dresses? Do you sell kids kids at all, or do you sell adult clothing?
I do. One thing that has been selling really well for me is kids new with tags.
Kids new with tags.
Like like just shirts, like boys shirts. I've been selling like fast, like posted on one day, it's out the next. Like I picked it up just to try because I didn't know if boys would do well, but it really did.
Okay, so new with tags, kids. And do you sell only women's clothing for the most part?
Yes, because I bought a men's shirt once and it still hasn't sold. So I feel like it's really awesome. I'll of course buy it, but for now, I'm focusing on women's.
Okay, sounds good. And you use a mannequin. You have maybe you'll get some lights, but right now you're using daylight. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I can help you find some reseller friends, which would be good, at least talking online. So people are asking, what's the most you've made on a single item?
I feel like I sold something the other. I don't sell many expensive things because as I had said, I'm really scared of
investing a lot.
Yeah, investing a lot because like I'm new and stuff. But there was a new in box toy that my brother had gotten for like his second birthday, never opened. Sold it for like $30, and like it's fully profit because I didn't like spend a dime on it. So
That's a great way to get started. So can I ask how many sales you have? You have 174 on your eBay app. What does it say your 60-day sales are?
It's not a lot. I think I have on the 60-day, I only have 35.
35. That's still really good. That's one every other day.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, I was saying you're getting a sale every other day. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's around how much I'm getting. Exactly like every other day.
That's cool. So I want to shout out Wade's Ventures in the chat because he's the one that turned me on to you.
Yeah, I love Wade's Adventures. He was one of the first people that ever found me, and he's super nice.
Yep. So Wade is super nice, and he found you, and he's like, "Hey, you should do an interview with Lexi." I said, "Okay," and now here you are. So it's very cool that you're here. So we're gonna hop off pretty soon. I want to be respectful of your time. Where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Team Thrifts.
Awesome. And are there any specific questions you have for my audience that maybe people can help you out with, or specific challenges in your store?
Well, if there are any teen thrifters, please follow me, shoot me a DM. And I'd really like to know how you're able to balance everything. I need a good inventory system because I have no space in my house at all. So, yeah.
Okay, great. So guys, if you have any ways or suggestions for Lexi's inventory system, or you know any teenagers that are interested in this type of thing, let's give her some information. Follow her on Instagram at Teen Thrifts, best username ever. And then also, for now, I would recommend keeping your store private as you build up, because you want to get to the daily sales day, and then I think you'll be super psyched because you will have the leverage. You'll be able to prove to your parents that you are a bomb entrepreneur and that they should get you a car.
Yes, please.
And then, I'm sorry. Well, I have one last question for you, and then we'll go. Has your eBay store inspired your parents to start one?
No.
It hasn't.
No, but it has a lot now, like daily everything. Both of my parents like, oh, I don't use this anymore. Sell it on eBay. Like that they like how I do this, like that I like that I I think they want me to get this experience and sell and stuff.
Awesome. All right, well, guys, thank you everyone for coming, and I appreciate everyone's time. Hope this inspires you. If you're a teenager and you want to start an eBay store, reach out to us and we'll help you. Make sure you get your parents' permission, and everyone have a great night.